Have you ever had an idea that was so clear it was like a 3D movie? Have you ever told a friend about the idea and they told you, wow, if you could only make that into a business, you would be rich? Sound familiar? Welcome to Knowledge to Currency. I'm your host, Senator Porter, with my co-host, Roosevelt Williams III, and we're here to help you take action. This is free information. We only ask one thing: build a strong foundation and mindset. We have insight to help you get started. Most of us just need a push. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Knowledge to Currency. I'm Senator Porter, and you are?
Roosevelt Williams III.
And we have Leila Offner. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you on the show. You're a good friend of mine, but I love your business, your ideas. So I want to talk about that with you, if that's okay.
Yes.
All right. Tell us about your business. What do you do?
Okay. I am the owner of Precious Pet Care. We do pet sitting, so basically dog walking, cat visits. We also run a doggy daycare and also boarding from our home.
Okay.
So we service all of Central San Diego, and we give the best service to our clients.
Awesome service. You took care of my dog Justice, and I was so impressed with the way that you took care of him and how you checked up on him. But what I want to talk about is, how did you get into this?
So I was in the hospitality industry for about 10 years. So I was in the restaurant management prior to starting my business. And but growing up, my dad used to train Labrador retrievers to become service dogs. So we always had like Labrador puppies in our home, and we loved dogs. And so we had a little bit of like training, we just learned how to train dogs too, just like seeing our dad do it. Okay. And I always had like a love for dogs. So when I got tired of the restaurant industry and dealing with people, I was like, okay, well, I love dealing with animals and dogs, so let me do this instead.
And you went to college for something completely different, right? Yes,
completely different. I went to Art Institute to study fashion merchandising.
Where life is weird. It don't always work out like you want to, right?
Yeah.
And then when did you know that you could make money doing this?
So after I quit my restaurant management job, I kind of was, floating around trying to see what I wanted to do. And then I saw this ad saying, oh, do you like animals and you want to make some side money? And I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds really fun. So I started doing it. And then after that, I was getting like repeat clients. They like loved me and they wanted to hire me over and over again. So I was like, you know what? I can do this as a business. So let me just, look it up and put a business, create a logo, business name, register with the county, and do it like as a legit business. And okay. I did, and then I just a lot of word of mouth referrals, and then after a few years, I was doing it by myself, but then I just got to the point where I got too busy and I had to hire people. So now we have a staff of sitters.
What was the most dogs you had in your car at one time?
Most dogs in my car?
Yeah, because that was when we were at the dog park. You were telling me stories.
Yeah, I think I've had, maybe like 10 dogs, and I didn't even have a big car. It's not like I had a car. I had like a 2-door sports car.
It was a Mercedes, right?
Yes. It was, yeah. And thank God they're all little dogs, but yeah.
Now you have a bus, right?
Yes, it's so fun. So I purchased a short retired school bus and painted it pink, since our logo, our branding is all pink, and put some dog photos on the windows. So we call it the Magic Pink Bus, and it says Dog Bus on the front and the back, so people know what we do, and everybody's all curious. So it's been awesome because we've gotten clients from our neighbors, like people just interested in what we do. they see us driving around and they contact us because our information's on our bus too.
So it's not only good to pick up the animals, but it's a logo and branding, and so that's really smart. What made you think could do that?
It's a driving billboard for sure.
Absolutely.
And since it's pink, it's very eye-catching. So, we'll be stuck in traffic and people just like stare at us, take photos of us, wave at us.
Yeah, actually seen that bus on the 94 East Freeway.
You
So,
did?
yeah, actually did. That's
No
wonderful.
way.
And yes, and like you said, it's very good branding. It pops at the eye. I like the pictures and the detail. You have like some detail. It's not just a regular bus.
Yeah.
You put some pizzazz to it.
Yes.
Very nice.
I do have bedazzled our little logo, so it gets little like shining. It's very eye-catching. We put our dog on our like stop sign, so he has this happy face when it's in, and then when it's stop, it's his like angry face, so people will actually stop.
Yeah, very innovative. The whole concept using your purpose to bring it to life, and it's like a passion project. As you're talking about it, you're smiling, and I know the dogs are in good care.
Yes.
With you. So.
Yes, we definitely take pride on taking care of like the best care of the pets. All our sitters, we genuinely like love the pets, and so we take care of them as our own.
Right. Right.
You like your renter babies. This a question. Is it just all dogs or no cats or just?
No, we do all animals.
All animals?
Yeah, dogs and cats are obviously most popular, but we do like reptiles. We've done rabbits, ducks, horses, chinchillas. Like people have some crazy fun animals as pets too. So.
And where do you keep them at? I'm curious. Where do you? You said a horse.
No. We go to people's homes.
Okay.
So the doggy daycare and boarding, we just started it this year. So we only board and have dogs come, but usually my pet sitters will go to the clients' homes to take care of the pets.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's kind of happening with her business? A lot of people may not understand, but just for the viewers. She started out just walking dogs. Now she's boarding dogs and obviously taking care of animals, going to board them at their homes. So she's like making money off her business in several different ways, because a lot of times what people get into trouble with business is they can only make money one way. So if you're like, as an example, like I was a loan officer, you could either purchase or refinance. That's really your two options. There's no other way I can make money. So if no one's purchasing, no one's refinancing, I'm out of business. Mm-hmm. But with her business, there's all types of different ways to continue to service the person to continue to make money.
And that's good business.
That's a great business.
It's very good, especially after the pandemic. Everybody adopted or, everybody got either babies or pets. So
She did both.
Yeah. Yep.
And she just had a baby 5 months ago.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
How do you find time to macro manage your business and, and personal? How do you?
Yeah, because you were working pregnant.
Yes, I was. Until I gave birth, I was working. But the good thing is after I found out I was pregnant, I purchased a home with a big backyard, which I turned into basically a dog park. I put turf and make it super dog friendly. So I brought my business to my home. So that's when I started doggy daycare and boarding, and that's why I was able to do it while I'm pregnant. Now that I have my baby, I can do it still, and she loves the dogs and the dogs love her, so she's a very good assistant.
Absolutely. I know she's gonna be like a dog whisperer at a very young age, like a Dr. Doolittle started to sing that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I think she's gonna start crawling and just mimicking dogs, and she's just gonna think like she's one of them soon.
What's the biggest dog you had, and what's some of your favorite breeds, I would say?
Oh, that's a tough question. The biggest probably Our dog is pretty big. We have a Doberman. He's about
nice.
85 pounds, so
Okay.
he's the pack leader. We like to call him the backyard bouncer because if there's any dogs, getting into trouble or fighting, he'll be the first to go up and break it apart or just like check up on everybody. So he's definitely one of our dog is probably the biggest one on our regular, but we've had like one of those big Malamutes, Belgian Malamutes,
okay.
or
Yeah, they're military dogs.
yeah.
They look like a canine.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He actually jumped over a fence, and we have like a big, like 6-7 feet fence, and he jumped over, so he almost escaped.
Yeah, that's why military usually they're very smart.
Yeah.
They can understand different languages and stuff.
Oh yeah, he spoke Spanish, he spoke English, or no, he didn't speak, but like he understood. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're no joke.
Wow.
And they're expensive too.
Yeah, he was very smart. He was definitely a working dog, so he didn't want to socialize, or he wasn't interested in the other dogs. He just like was all about commands. Yeah,
Wow.
very smart dog. Yeah.
And like teacup for some of the smallest dogs you've had.
Oh, we have little Harry. He's a little Yorkie. He's
Yeah,
probably
okay, nice.
smaller than your dog Justice, but yeah, he's probably and we have a little Chihuahua, Sweet D. They're like little dogs, but yeah, we tend to have a lot of like smaller dogs, 30 pounds or smaller, but yeah, we welcome all dogs.
That's awesome. Awesome. Open business.
Yes.
That's great.
And then tell us about growing up in Japan, because she's not from San Diego.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I grew up in Japan until I was 18. So my dad's American, my mom's Japanese. And I came out here for college. So I was in Florida. I went to the Miami International University of Art and Design, wanted to study fashion. But, things change.
Well, here comes like the dog swag. And your swag. If you want to be, fit while you walking, your pet,
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely. I can see you combining the best of the both worlds. How you walked in here, fashionably fit, because I also went to FIDM as well,
Okay.
For a little while, and I see myself bridging that into my career mode. So it'll bound to happen eventually. I just foresee that coming up as well.
Yeah, I do. It's always in my mind, like thinking about dog walker gears, because then when you're walking multiple dogs, it's so hard to have these leashes that's all tangling, and then I want to think about what you're wearing also that would fit for dog walkers who's like walking 4 to 10 dogs at a time. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even like some posh dog slippers or mittens while they walk, because I've seen dogs that's becoming more prevalent, and absolutely. I see it, just how you've been creative at expanding the brand and the vision, and now you're going to the customer, sort of to say. I definitely find you. I can foresee you finding a niche for the animals.
yes,
Is what is awesome. So the potential is limitless in your field. You're like in your own lane, sort of say. From the bus to the to the industry. Rarely do I see businesses actually going to the consumer. A lot of businesses wait for the consumer to come to the business, and a lot of that business model is I see failing in the new not millennium, in the new in the 21st century. Sort of say it's becoming instead of brick and mortar, it's click and order. We'll come to you.
Oh, yeah. I would love to do, dog clothing that matches with people. People love their dogs so much.
That's
so,
a good one.
Like a matching pajamas or a
That's a good
matching
one.
hoodie or something super cute. So, yeah, it's always on my mind. We have like a new service called the Wedding Pet Attendant. So people like to include their pets in their weddings. So a lot of people are finding us and hiring us to include their pets in their wedding, and they hire us to designate to watch their dogs at the wedding, because weddings can be super chaotic and busy, and their friends and family are all involved, so they don't have anybody that watches their dog. So we'll be the one watching them throughout the whole ceremony, the photos and make sure they're groomed, walk them down the aisle, and it's a really fun service that we started doing.
That's a nice lane.
Yeah.
That's cool. So then how do you come up with like that type of idea? You just someone asks you to do it and then you're like, hey, I can implement this into the business?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You know, people are literally like treating their pets as their kids these days,
yeah.
and I think there's a lot more pets than babies these days, especially San Diego is just a beautiful city, and it's always sunny, nice weather, so people like to have, you know, people love having their dogs and cats, so yeah. What's
one of the, I guess, exquisite things you've seen an owner do for the dog that you're like, whoa?
A lot of them eat better than me sometimes. They're having like filet mignon, and you know, back when I first started, and I was like struggling, I was like, oh, let me eat one of these pieces of meat. I want some of that steak.
Wow.
They like cook for them like homemade meal, and I was like, wow, they're spoiled.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. And even I bet like their hairdos and the colors. Are you seeing that as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. They're very distinguished with their like hair colors. I've had clients who have like their dog's ears are pink, or you know, like purple tails, and then everybody spots them too. So we want to like always make sure we're wearing like our attire, our Precious Pet Care logo, just because people like recognize the dogs, and then it's a good leeway for us to be like, oh, we're the pet sitter, we're the dog walker, and you know, everybody knows somebody with pets. So then we give them our business card too.
No, I mean, that's definitely where I live at, but the dog park, we run in each other all the time there, so I agree. So then everybody has like a uniform like this?
Yes, yeah. So
Johnny has one too?
Johnny does have one too. I made him a pink one. He doesn't like the pink one that much, but he does wear our logo tank tops and hoodies, and so
maybe make it white with the words pink. And then he might be with it.
Yeah, I have a black and a blue and a pink one.
Okay.
But yeah, he doesn't wear the pink one too much.
Branding. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Where do you see it going next? I mean, I'm excited, you know, just for the future of the business. It has so much potential.
I would definitely want to start a dog boutique hotel.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So, you know, not one that's like not like the big ones out there, kind of more of like a smaller, because our whole concept is like being very like comfy, homey, and the dogs are very comfortable because it's more it's in a home environment. So we want to like kind of keep it like that, not like a dog hotel where there's just like so many dogs running around and putting them in a kennel at night. Like we want to have it so they're free roam, there's beds, and there's like a person who's an attendant who's there the whole evening that can like cuddle and sleep with them. So they're not like just getting pushed into like a dog hotel, you know, and I don't like the cage thing that much. So
How do you, when you bring on a new person, how you train them?
How
long does it take, I guess?
Oh, we do a 2-week training. So our whole hiring process is kind of long. We do like a phone call first, and then once it seems like they're a good fit, then I do an in-person interview, and then I have them shadow one of our sitters, because a lot of people don't know what a day-to-day looks like for us. Because we have a lot of candidates saying like, oh, I love animals. Like so many people want to work with animals. It's like, oh, that's nice, but what else? What more can you do and bring to the table? Okay. And so they have shadow one of our sitters. We go through this pet sitting software. Communication is super key with our clients, so they definitely have to have people skills and know how to communicate and write and make sure you're communicating really well. And then the 2-week training starts, and that's where I kind of like shadow with them too, so they get to see how we operate.
Yeah, you hadn't fired anybody yet?
Yeah, lots.
It's part of the business.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't tell me it was the bus driver.
No. Johnny's the bus driver. I can't hire him.
Yeah, no, you have an eye for it. You have an eye. You know, it's your passion. This is what. Yeah, you see someone, you got to cut the fat from the meat.
Yeah, I was in restaurant management for, before this, so I did a lot of interviews. So I did get a lot of experience, like interviewing people and just knowing who to look out for, which was really nice.
What are can you give us and the listeners like 2 examples of some interview questions? Because I know some of our listeners do take interviews. What are some of the interview questions you may ask a potential candidate?
So I always ask them what they would do if there's a dog fight. Like what's their, what would they react? How would they react? So in case, they're walking another dog and then another loose dog just comes and attacks the dog, like what would you do? So that's one question that I always ask. Surprisingly, a lot of people like animals and apply with us, but they're allergic to cats. It's so funny. I always have to ask that question. But beside that one, the very last question I always ask is, why should we not hire you? And that's kind of a good question to ask, because then a lot of people who, in an interview, they always want to give the right answer.
But critical think on that one.
Yeah, then it's like a little spin, and like they don't expect this, so they're like, "Whoa, okay." And so I get some creative. Yeah.
What's the worst answer you heard?
A lot of people say you shouldn't hire me, but I've had some people who were honest and was like, "Oh, I'm always late."
Oh wow!
I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, that's an honest answer.
Yeah.
Thank you, but no." Thank you. Next.
Have you had someone ask you a question? Because like in the interview, that's kind of like a good protocol to ask your potential employer a question. Has someone asked you a critical question?
No, I always ask, I do all the talking, and then at the end, I always, ask, do you have any questions for me? But nothing critical.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the age range of people that apply, are they younger people mostly?
No, I've had retirees. I have a young. I had interns before, like students as interns before. A lot of college kids, because it's a very flexible job. So it works around their schedule. So a lot of people go to school or they have another job. So, yeah.
That's right.
And COVID made your business explode, right?
Oh yeah. COVID was great. I mean, during COVID, everybody was home, so nobody traveled, and that was kind of hard on us. But we have a lot of loyal clients who wanted to support our business and still had us come and walk their dogs, which was great, because it kept us in business. And a lot of pet sitting business went out during COVID, so we're very grateful for them.
That's right. Yeah. How do you communicate with your clients? MailChimp, newsletter? How do you?
We go through this pet sitting app called Time to Pet. And so that's a great way to communicate. Everything's on there. I have my assistant, Danae, who does all the scheduling. And then my sitters are there, and me and my clients. So everything's all on one thread. And so we do messaging. And then I can do an email blast through there, too.
What's it called again for our listeners?
Time to Pet.
Time to Pet. Nice. Yeah. Knowledge of currency, because I know a lot of listeners and, even myself, just the best way to communicate with clients that's efficient. That's right. So it's like you have an efficient system.
Yes, very. Yeah, all the scheduling, invoicing, messaging, everything's on there. So it's great.
Yeah. So when I went to Vegas, she took care of Justice, and every day she'd give me a report, say how he's doing, show a picture of him. But even when I came back, she still said, "Hey, your dog was great. These are the things that he did. I'd love to have him again." And, it was I was like, okay,
very
cool.
nice.
I wasn't expecting any of that.
We give them a report card.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Did justice pass report?
Yeah, he's
no
welcome back.
injustice? That's right. That's
He's
right.
welcome back.
Nice.
He's welcome back.
That's wonderful. I like the follow-up approach.
Yeah, it was real cool. So that wasn't what I was just like, hey, could you don't kill him, please?
Right.
Like, please don't kill him. That's
right.
my request. But nah, he was
Exceeded
really
expectations.
fantastic job. I definitely endorse her. She's endorsed by Senator Porter.
That's right. And for our listeners, where can we find more about Precious Pet Care, and how can we look you up,
Sure.
book our pets?
Yeah, our website's preciouspetcaresd.com. We're very active on our Instagram also, which is Precious Pet Care SD. We're always, putting new stories. I have my sitters help me with the stories because everybody likes to watch it live, what's going on with their pets during the day. So you can find us there. We're on Yelp and Google. We have a 5-star rating.
Nice.
And our email is preciouspetcaresd@gmail.com.
Okay. What about pythons? You'll come pick a python and you'll make
No.
a boa constrictor?
No.
I had a snake before.
Really?
They were feeding frozen mice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't like
Wow.
snakes or big old spiders. No thanks.
No, my worst is cockroaches. You had to feed some lizards live cockroaches.
Oh.
I couldn't do that one.
Oh, wow.
So you had to decline politely.
No, I had another sitter do that.
Oh, she's like, no, I want the money still. We'll get someone that can do the job.
How many sitters do you have? How many?
Right now I have 9.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yeah, it's a busy time of the year right now, so I have some seasonal sitters that I hired on. So.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I wonder, you could probably make this a franchise.
I could, yeah. Maybe go nationwide. I
Yeah,
don't know.
why not? Worldwide.
I see an open lane. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that, like I said, the service industry, because you said you worked in restaurants and stuff, a lot of times you get poor service, you pay a lot of money, and you're just like, man, you're not even nice to me. And I'm here and I'm spending money, and you're upset that I asked you for an extra fork or something. So when you get good service, at least for me, I always will be like, dang, I appreciate that. Even though I'm spending money, they are happy I'm here spending money.
Yeah, and it really helps that all my sitters, they genuinely love animals so much, and if they will even do it for free, they'll do it
Sure.
for volunteer. It's just a nice perk that we get paid for it. But yeah, we
That's
just
good.
love them so much. So
That's good. So you have any big announcements?
We're doing a holiday photo shoot this weekend. I don't
Okay.
know if it's too soon, but yeah.
That's right on time. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, yeah. We're doing a holiday photo shoot for anybody who wants to take a photo with their pets this weekend. It's in downtown, the studio, so people can come and get their Christmas cards made with the photo shoot.
Amazing.
But that's also an additional service that we're going to offer if anybody wants to do a photo shoot with their dog. It doesn't have to be for the holidays, but it's a new service that we're offering because we have a pet photographer now. So anybody who wants to, take professional pet photos for their birthdays or, their pets' birthdays or anything like that, it's a new service we just offer. We're just starting to offer.
Absolutely. I'm just admirable. Your business, your brand is admirable because you continue to get a juice from the rock. You just keep squeezing, the rock to business, and the business, it's just gushing with opportunities. Because now you're doing taking pictures of the pets now for the holidays. You're being mobile. It's the sky's the limit.
Yes.
With the branding, I like the pathways of success here that you're taking. And
Thank you.
how long have you been doing this business?
Since 2015,
Look at
so 7 years. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it extra to pick the dog up?
Yes.
That's business, absolutely.
Just making sure.
Right.
I dropped
Business.
Justice off. I might have him get picked up in the bus.
Oh yeah,
The
that's
bus, the bus takes a lot of gas. Well, it's actually propane, but still, yeah.
He wants the bus ride, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we
Curb
have
service,
seat belts
yeah.
for the dogs. We
Nice.
have little dog boxes so they don't jump off the seat.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they're secured.
Yeah.
No, that's wonderful. Well, so we're gonna definitely follow you, look at those pictures, and definitely advocate
Thank you.
for your business.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're almost out of time. So is there anything else you want to say to the audience and to the community or to the world, I guess?
I'm very grateful that you wanted to get on here. I was really nervous, but just like chatting with two friends, that's been really nice.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm so glad that you guys think this is such a good business, because in the beginning, like, people were just like, "Oh, Leila's just walking dogs." Like,
Man, that's how it started.
Yeah, it was
walking dogs by the house.
Yeah,
take care of your family. So
exactly. So
you're doing something right in San Diego.
I just want to brush all those haters off.
Check you out. That's right.
No, I really think, I guess that's my talent, is I can see someone's story and journey, and I think it's interesting. I want other people to be inspired from people like you and Roosevelt, or just people I've been fortunate to meet in San Diego. So I want you to keep going, and you inspire me, and continue doing what you do.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, well, anything you want to say before we go?
Episode 31, it's been fun.
Thanks for everybody for joining the Knowledge Currency, and it's a wrap. Peace.